It's the same shit. Now we're live. Get these people some time to come in. They don't ever come. They don't even
Oh, you
come on
live right
time.
now?
Yeah, I just went live right now.
Okay, bet. Oh, yeah, I see.
People,
I had to
some
refresh,
time to
damn
come
it.
in.
Oh, shit. Then you got the motherfucking Harley Davidson Deacon special.
What's crazy to me is Days Gone Remastered. We're gonna talk about that.
Let me share this bitch out for the 99 and 2000 on X.
What's up, pussy? I'm talking to RPG. You got your little bad time. You get your little diaper change. How is RPG the same age as us, but acts like he's fucking 80?
RPG really secretly 53.
Right?
He just don't want to tell the people. He been MIA lately too, bro. He ain't really been popping the last few days.
Who be?
RPG.
Oh, maybe he worked this weekend.
Yeah, bro. Usually he'll be in that bitch talking about V Rising. Yeah, I'm gonna kick off like a dragon Ishin Walk so because I don't want to play Claire because I want to pay attention to that actually.
Yeah, that's the reason I'm not playing it right now. Well, one, I didn't want to really spoil shit for people because I'm 20 hours in. And secondly, I
Mm.
want to pay
So you
attention to
trying to
everything.
why you throwing that in my face, bro? I don't appreciate
No,
that,
I'm
bro.
not, because I'm just letting you know like where I'm at, kind of. So you'd be like, well, spoil what? Well, I'm 20 hours in, so there's shit that people ain't seen yet. V Rising new DLC tomorrow. RPG, you
Yeah.
can't play another game till you beat the game you're currently playing. That's how backlogs get full. That's how people be like, there's nothing fun to play.
That's it, bro.
But people don't even show up to this fucking podcast till like 15, 20 minutes in.
Yeah, they missed the good part. They missed the whole shit the whole shit talking session.
Mm-hmm. Bro, tell me why this whole week I struggled to gain 10 subscribers to reach 500. Tell me why in a day I've gotten 45.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Fucking
bro.
nuts.
I told you this time next week you're gonna be at 600.
I'm at 545 right now.
Well, now
Yeah,
YouTube
bro.
cares about you. Now they can make money off you.
Probably.
Yeah, buddy. This game actually don't look that bad. It don't look bad at all, actually.
What game?
Like a dragon issue.
Fuck that game.
Hey, brother, I gotta play something. What you want me to do? Just sit here and look at a black screen? I can't do it, brother. I can't do it.
That's why y'all don't be focused. Y'all be playing games.
Fuck, the only time I got to play.
Nah, I be listening, bro. I be listening. I listen to keywords and then I chime in. I be like, okay, yeah, my turn.
Mm. Well, let me make sure all I talk is in keywords. Game,
Hey, just say, hey, so you just
play,
yeah, and
PS5.
marathon, and then my brain, chit is your turn.
If I gotta repeat myself one time for y'all, I'm quitting.
Nah, bro,
You think I don't want to play no games? I want to play fucking games too.
I got you, bro. I
I
got
got
one of
Oblivion,
my.
Red Days Gone Remaster right here. What's it called? Expedition.
No, you got to say the whole thing. Clear obscure Expedition 33, brother.
I normally
You
do.
disrespecting the IP.
Hey, them Ubisoft developers that created, what's the name of the company? Sandfall. Sandfall. They disrespected themselves by staying at fucking Ubisoft that fucking long.
Whew. Hey, bro, they had to make sure they had the funding.
That's true. Dude, I really,
You know.
really want to find out how the fuck they got the money to make this game. And also, bro, they got AAA actors doing this shit. They got what's
They
his
do.
name? The
They
dude from
do.
Black
Ben
Panther,
Star.
the bad guy from Black
Oh,
Panther, the one that was still trying to steal the uranium, not uranium. Is it uranium?
nah.
The white dude, where
Fuck, I forget the name of the shit.
he went to the museum, Samanakis or something like that.
I fucking forget. Damn.
He's
I
a
ain't seen
voice
that shit in so
actor.
long.
So how the fuck they get the money to pay these
I
motherfuckers?
think some people. I think some people just showing love, bro.
I
That's what
mean,
I
come
think.
on, bro.
I think they were
Come
just
on,
showing love, bro.
come on. When you that, I don't know.
I think so, bro. 'Cause look. If I
Well,
footloose
look,
your
even if
project
you
and I'm
were
popping,
showing love, I'm still gonna pay you some way, shape, or form. I mean, what they're doing it
yeah,
in
bro. But
future
he could have
funding.
been like, you know what, bro. Look, just throw me 5 bands and we cool.
I mean, I'm sure that's all they charge any fucking way.
How much do they make?
Not much. Remember the whole stuff, a Bayonetta bitch who got paid $5,000 and she tried to sue whatever,
That
not
was more than that. It
Nintendo.
was like 25K or something,
I thought it was
or
5 grand.
100K. It was a lot.
No, it wasn't
How fucking much
100K, dude. Hell
Tribeca make,
no.
bro? How much that nigga make?
Oh, he's making a killing. So's Ashley Birch, who finally signed my
She's
shit. This bitch fucking been
she's
delaying that shit for like a month and a half.
she
Rescheduling.
kind of cute too. She kind of cute.
Helena Taylor. Let's see.
And she must got a What's up, babe?
15 grand. Taylor was offered
Nah, ain't no
between three
camera.
to $4,000, at least 5 sessions of voice recording, which would have made Taylor total fee around 15
Should be
grand.
one.
So she made 15 G's. I don't know. Oh, she made she made 4
Huh?
G's for Bayonetta 3.
I love you too.
Or she was offered 4 grand, and I was just asking for a decent living wage. Like, bitch, okay, look, man. This fucking
Three
game's
days of
only
work.
coming
I don't
out.
make that in 3 days.
Yeah, bro, like shut the fuck up. This game's coming out once every fucking 5 years. Like, what, you expect them to pay you for the whole 5 years for fucking 17 lines? Like, get
Yeah,
the fuck out of
yeah.
here,
That
bro.
is low, but a lot of people bitch about like 25. I only got 25 grand. It's like, bitch, you was there for 3 days. You got half my year's salary, damn near.
It ain't like the
What do you
bitch was
mean?
doing the splits in the studio. You know, she went out here doing backflips and fucking.
It's like 3 hour sessions too. It's not even like they're like, oh yeah, you got to put it at 12.
Bro, she's doing this shit from her fucking closet and fucking sending the voice via email. Like, she act like
Yeah,
she
bro.
out
That's
here for
wild,
real,
bro.
cocking the fucking pistol with her heel and shit. Like, shut your ass up.
Only in gaming, bro.
What up, chat? How y'all doing, man? Oh, we ain't got nobody in here, do we?
RPG in here.
RPG don't count. RPG should be up in here, actually.
He should be on comms.
hmm I asked him here, he said, no, I'm trying to play Exhibition 33. I'm
Oh, he
like,
don't think we want to play Exhibition
that's what I
33?
said. I'm like, we all want to play Exhibition 33. We're all literally playing Exhibition 33. There's a lot
Yeah,
of people
yeah.
playing Exhibition 33, except the Souls players. They're too cool. They're too cool for that.
Hey, they really not playing it.
Hell no, they not. If it ain't a Souls game, they ain't fucking with it.
That's it, bro. That's it. If a boss got less than 2 phases, they ain't fucking with it.
Bro, I was about to say, I actually hate bosses with more than one phase. I think that's fucking
I ain't, hey,
annoying.
bro. Keeping it trail with you. I
You
don't
think
like
you
that shit
won,
either.
but you ain't done shit.
That's fucking ridiculous. You put your all in this one trying to survive, and you survive with like 1% health, and you thinking you did it,
And
and all of a
then
sudden, second phase, like, what the fuck?
and then that motherfucker, whole new health bar, whole new combo
Yeah,
system.
whole new everything. First hit, you die anyways. And most games don't start you off at the second phase. You gotta fucking do the whole first phase again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
There was that one boss in this was in the Souls game, but Fist, where you gotta fight the mouse dude and he can hop in that mech suit and that second phase come out of nowhere, bro. I was pissed.
I played that whole game on normal, and I had to turn it down for that boss.
Bro, I was tight, bro.
You know how pissed I was? I played the whole game on normal. I had to turn it down to easy for that shit. Like
Oh
60
man,
hours, dude. 60 hours to get to the last fight, and I was like, nah. Like 4 tries,
yeah,
I ain't
bro,
even got this motherfucker to a second phase yet.
it was rough. It was rough. I beat it though. It's
So
a
to
couple fights like that in Tales of Iron 2. It's a couple on, bro. It make you want to drop that difficulty straight up.
I just I don't. Well, I don't really play many games like that with multiple phases, at least that I can't remember. But
Yeah.
today is week 3 of Horizon, or not Horizon, of The Last of Us TV show. So the first week,
Boo.
like 1 to 10, 10 being like, yeah, I'm gonna watch, I gotta watch it. First week I was like at a 4, and it was more like morbid curiosity kind of deal. Second week I was like a 2.5, maybe 3. And then this week it's like negative 20. Like I have no urge whatsoever to watch it, and I probably won't watch it. Actually, I might just play it at work while I'm working and just hear it in the background. That's if I can't find nothing else to listen to while I'm at work, which is gonna be hard because there's always something to listen to. But man,
That's
it's
a
just
fact.
so hard to watch that shit with fucking Bella Ramsey on there. God, it's just she's
I've been like on TikTok. There's been these reactions of people, like people showing their parents who watching the show
oh
with
yeah,
them that
yeah,
ain't played
yeah,
the game, just the older people.
yeah,
And at the part when Joel get killed, they get so distraught. It was one lady, she started crying.
yeah.
So that's the most entertaining part about it, is like seeing people who have no idea what's going on and it's just been watching the show, them cry or whatever. That's entertaining. But like I was showing you that clip of that doctor who broke down how like none of that shit made sense and how
Mm-hmm.
Joel was in the right. I was like, that nigga exactly, bro. He was in the right. How was they gonna manufacture that shit and ship it and like, bro, ain't no way.
I
Even
mean,
if they
look.
did get it,
It's a video game. It's a fucking they can make fucking you shit rainbows, right? And whatever. But the thing that really pisses me off, and for those of you guys listening, I have a video coming out by Wednesday. My collection Row 7 top 3 games. Last of Us is on there. Last of Us Part 2 is on there. I didn't pick it. And in the video I explained that if we just take the story out of The Last of Us Part 2, it's a top tier game, right? The graphics, the gameplay, animations, all that. The music, fire. But when you include the story, it really takes it down a whole bunch of notches. And one of the reasons I said is like, look, this is a world where people die for less than nothing. You know what I mean? For less than
yep.
fucking nothing. So you're here to tell me that this one bitch wants to get revenge, and not only is this years later, she also gets leave from her commander to be gone for God knows how fucking long, right? Because we have no idea where the fuck Joel is. We're looking for a needle in a haystack. So the commander's like, yeah, go ahead, go on leave. Motherfucker, when I was in the military, the most amount of time I can take off leave is like a week, 2 weeks. Okay? Anytime after that, we need you back, player. Even if we ain't doing shit. And now you're talking about defending a whole fucking city where people die every day. The human count is less and less and less. We need manpower. That's one fucking thing. But then you're traveling halfway across the fucking country looking for some dude named Joel, and you happen to bump into him, and then you bump into him, and then he tells you who the fuck he is in a room full of fucking strangers. Okay, it's just
Yeah.
unreal. It's just not
And then
real.
too, with shit like people getting knocked off daily, hourly, minutely. Joel could have already been killed
He could
already.
have
How
been
she know
dead.
he wasn't already dead? You know
Could
what I
have been
mean?
dead.
Yeah.
Could have been dead by now. Exactly. Could have been dead. Could have fucking got fucking raped in the woods by a bear. She wouldn't know. She wouldn't
BSG
fucking know.
style. I mean BG3 style.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate style. Let's not say that again. We might get some people excited. But and then there's some things in the game, like you do a whole fucking hour fetch quest with Abby. That shit was fucking annoying. Like having to go fucking get a med kit from the hospital, just to fucking fix this bitch's fucking arm. Like that was a waste of an hour. I mean, the whole second half of the game was a fucking waste, but that specific
Nah, bro,
hour was a waste.
they was trying to get you to know who that character was, so you be attached and you'll be on her
But that's the
side
thing, they
and realize.
failed. If you look at, bro, you know what's crazy? If you look at all the reactions of people playing the fucking game, there's a portion where Abby and Ellie fight in the theater. Every single person try to fucking let Ellie kill Abby. When you take control of Abby, every single person. Like, and we're talking like 30 hours
Wow.
into the fucking game. 25, whatever, however many hours, but it's a long time. Like 20, 25, 30 hours, something like that. Every single person is like, Ellie, fuck me up. Every single person. Like, they just did a terrible fucking job at relating because it just makes no sense. Why are you gonna go search for fucking vengeance in a world where, it just makes no fuck. What's up, C Fresh? C Fresh is the fucking Last of Us 2 simp, right? C Fresh, you love Last of Us Part 2? It's a masterpiece for you.
RPG in here, ain't he?
RPG
RPG.
should have been here at fucking
There you
8
go.
p.m. like the rest of us.
I'm waiting on dinner.
Waiting on dinner.
What you eat? It's a meatloaf.
Yeah, C Fresh loves
Some
Last of
spaghetti.
Us 2.
Oh, spaghetti. Hell yeah, we had lasagna.
Wait, question. What time do you guys eat dinner? Let's start with Henry. What time do you eat dinner every day?
Between about 6:30.
Okay. RPG, what time do you eat dinner?
About 8.
That's fucking weird. Henry, Nelson, what time do you eat weird? You eat fucking
I try to do it by 6.
yeah. I figured dinner between 5 and 7 is pretty normal. 7 is pretty late. But RPG eats dinner at fucking midnight every night. I don't get that.
You gotta make use of that food coma. You eat and then
Oh,
you got
okay.
about
So yeah, he got a plan.
So what? You
You
starve from
got
fucking
about-
lunch to dinner?
yeah, basically yeah.
Jesus.
I don't do breakfast and then I do my lunch.
Yeah, I
at
skip breakfast.
So
11.
are you obese?
No, I'm not at all.
Okay, so would you say the opposite of obese?
I'm very anorexic.
Okay, so why the fuck are you only eating once a day? Now I'm worried about you. I'm gonna call
Eat
social
twice a
services
day,
on
bro.
you. Yeah, lunch. Come on, man. He's fucking eating like a peanut butter jelly for lunch. That ain't fucking food. That's a snack.
That's pretty much. That's my
I
lunch.
fucking do it. Jesus Christ. I'm about to fly down there and fucking feed you. What up, gamers? It is Will777JP. Welcome to the State of Gaming podcast. Me and the boys have been shooting this shit, waiting for y'all to come on in. We got a few people here. What's up, C Fresh? How are you doing, bro? I hate The Last of Us Part 2. I'm glad that you enjoy it. Well, I don't want to say I hate it because obviously the game is top tier when you take the story out. When you leave the story in, it's just another generic, basic bitch. But hey, everybody's got their own opinion. But welcome today. And man, today's gonna be a good one. We're gonna be talking straight up gaming today. Literally straight up gaming, except for one topic, which is a Ubisoft topic. But it's very important that we all hear about that. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that too. But tonight is the first podcast where the channel is over 500 subscribers, y'all. 500. So thank you, all of you, for your support, man. Just in the last day and a half, we've gained 45 subscribers. This has been insane to support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And we're just getting started. And the people that I want to thank the most are actually on the podcast today, here tonight with us. We'll start from left to right, right to left, center to right, center to left. Mr. Henry Heck, how are you, bro?
Pretty good, people. I'm awesome. Playing some games, enjoying some games, and drinking some beer.
That's what's up. So I want to thank Henry personally, myself, for being a big supporter of the channel. He hops on the podcast a lot of times, actually, but he supports the channel by hopping on here, by watching the content, sharing the content. So Henry is a big reason of why the channel has grown. The next person that I would like to thank personally is RPG88. What's up, RPG? How are you, bro? Besides eating your late-ass dinner. Oh, RPG left. And he ain't even eating it. He's still waiting on it, FY. It's about to be 9 o'clock. Oh, there he is.
Shit, I was mute. No, I'm not eating my dinner yet.
Told you.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for it to cook. I gotta wait for the noodles to get softened and all that shit. But been playing games, much like Henry, and it's been kind of relaxing and seeing what the gaming industry has to tell us, and in the rumors and in the bullshit that we're hearing through the grapevines. But not been too bad. A lot of fucking games have dropped in the last 2 weeks that
Oh yeah.
I don't have the fucking time for. So,
That's a fact.
Oh, we're gonna
dude,
talk about
How
that
about
for
Xbox?
sure.
They're like, we're gonna drop all of our games on PlayStation in a 7-day span.
We're
oh,
gonna talk
dude,
about that.
but yeah, it's been a good 2 weeks, I would say, if you're a true gamer and you're not just fucking making some shit up on Twitter and whatnot and clickbaiting
That's a
YouTube
fact.
videos.
And there's a when. Well, thank you, RPG. Also, RPG is my co-host on Tuesdays where we do the Just Playing live stream. We got to get some people over there, man. Y'all don't come fuck with us over there. Look, I get it, man. I don't personally like watching game other people game because I want a fucking game. You know what I mean? But hey, stop by even if just for 5 minutes. Say what's up to us, man. It boosts our morale up. RPG feels like getting naked when somebody stops in. So please come on in, say hi. But I want to thank RPG as well for being
Getting
part of the
getting
success.
naked
Giddy. Yeah, he's already naked. For
I'm
being
already
part of the
naked.
success of the channel. He's been supporting me since day one, ever since I approached him about doing a stream on Tuesdays where we play games. RPG stopped watching my content a few months ago, so you don't do that no more. But I appreciate everything else he supports. And then finally, oh, and the reason I didn't ask the question, what are you guys playing, is because that's going to be the topic, the first topic today. Finally, I want to thank Nelson Gaming Culture as well for supporting the channel. He also doesn't watch the content probably every once in a while, but he's here every Sunday night and he's been supporting this channel that way. So I want to thank him a lot for doing this with me. None of us here are getting paid. We're all doing this because we like gaming and because for some reason they like me just a little bit. So Nelson, how are you today, bro?
I've been better, to be honest, but we're ain't gonna get into that.
Yeah. Uh, Man, a lot of games in the last 2 weeks.
Tons.
And I want to start this
Tons of
conversation
games.
off. I want to start this conversation off with a simple question. Is this the is this week the biggest gaming week in the history of video games?
Mm,
Let me ask that question again because I'm not talking about gaming consoles. I'm not talking about fucking subscription services.
mm.
Video games. Is this the biggest week in the history of video games?
Uh,
I would have to look, but it feels like it does feel like one of the biggest weeks. Or this past week felt like one of the biggest weeks. Um, I'm not sure as far as my gaming history if there has been a week where this many hitters or highly anticipated games and surprises have dropped in one week, but if it's a big week. It's a huge week,
Well,
in
let
my
me add
opinion.
another caveat to this. Uh, so Henry spoke his line a little bit, which I kind of cut him off a little bit because the caveat is keep it to a couple minutes because I'm going to add more information to that question as we go on. RPG, couple minutes real quick. Do you think this is the biggest gaming week, or the biggest week in video game history?
I in recent history, yes, but as far as I can think back with big titles that are releasing, I want to say what was it with the Horizon Zero Dawn and
We're going to get into that.
whatever other game, I forget the name of it, but they
Elden
released
Ring.
within the, yeah, Elden Ring. Was it Forbidden West though? Was Elden Ring?
Yes. But we'll
Yeah,
get into
Yeah,
that.
Forbidden West was
but
Elden Ring, and then like
but
one of
in
my
recent history, in the last, I would say, 12 to 18 months, yeah, it's a pretty big week, especially if you go back and you include the Lords of the Fallen 2.0 launch uh that happened last week. If you kind of combined all this shit into one, yeah, I would say this is a pretty big week in recent history.
Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Is this week the biggest gaming week in history, in video game history? Nelson, you there, buddy? Took a break? All right, we'll wait for
He's
Nelson to get back.
he's dreaming about Nintendo Switch too.
Oh, he is. He's ready.
Oh, yeah.
He feels about the Switch how C Fresh feels about The Last of Us Part 2. Uh, so I pulled up. Now, it's not like I did a ton of research on this. It's not like I was, for hours upon hours. No, but I did spend about 20 minutes doing some research. And the best that I found is a top 10 list by a website called The Gamer, where they do, you guys have heard of The Gamer. They do articles,
Yeah.
video game reviews, such stuff like that. So they have this list and they did a top 10. But their top 10 is a little bit different. Their top 10 is basically games that came out around the same time. And I'm going to go through this top 10 real quick, and then I will explain why they say around the same time. And number 10 is September 1st, 2015. Mad Max came out
Same day as Metal Gear Solid 5.
same day as Metal Gear Solid 5. Yes, Nelson got it right. So that's the number 10 that they picked. Number 9, Split Second versus Shrek Forever. Now, Shrek Forever doesn't seem like a big fucking game, but guess what? That game sold, I think it was 10 million copies or some shit like that. It was a huge
I
game
didn't
for the
even know
moment.
Shrek had a motherfucking game. I'm not gonna lie.
And that was May 18th, 2010. Number 8 on the list is November 10th, 2015. Rise of the Tomb Raider and Fallout. So those two games came out the same exact day. Number 7, November 11th, 2014. Assassin's Creed Rogue versus Assassin's Creed Unity. Now, these two games came out
That shit pissed me off. That's when I stopped playing for a long time.
the same
Rogue was
same
for
day.
PS3 360 and Unity was for PS4. And
Yes. Same day, different
I bought
consoles.
both of them. I didn't finish either one of them. That's why I stopped playing.
Number 6, March 26, 2013, Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel versus BioShock Infinite. Number 5 is November 8th, 2014, Dragon Age Inquisition versus Far Cry 4. Number 4, October 21st, 2017, Super Mario Odyssey versus Assassin's Creed Origins. Number 3, January 5th, 2010, Bayonetta versus Darksiders. Number 2, October 9th, 2012, XCOM Enemy Unknown versus Dishonored. And then number 1, we have March 20th, 2020, Doom Eternal versus Animal Crossing's New Horizons. Then two honorable mentions is Horizon Zero Dawn, Zelda Breath of the Wild, which came out the same month, and then in 2023 or 2022 was Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring. Now, when I ask the question again, is this the biggest week in video game history? Let's take it back a little bit. Tuesday, we had Shadow Drop of Oblivion. Thursday, we had Expedition 33, or like Henry says, Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Yeah, buddy.
Friday, we got Days Gone Remastered. Also Friday for early access, Forza Horizon on Friday as well. And that's not even including all the smaller titles that came out this week. And I drop a video on my channel every Sunday or Monday that goes over the video games of the week. And so when I ask a question, is this the biggest week in gaming? We have a Gotti contender or a Game of the Year contender with Expedition 33. We have Oblivion, who has had, I forget how many tens upon tens of thousands of active gamers on Steam. You got gamers coming out the woodwork for to play that game. And then, of course, the weakest one out the three, Days Gone Remastered, which Sony really fucked up by releasing it in April instead of February, back when they announced it during the State of Play. That game should have been Shadow Drop. Then the next question is, and we'll start with RPG before he takes off for dinner. Do you think that Oblivion is hurting Expedition 33 sales?
No, I don't think it's hurting at all. If you watch the Steam charts as far as the selling of Expedition 33, it's went up and then it went down and then it had a sharp rise up because of that word of mouth went out. So there's nothing against Oblivion. I didn't play Oblivion when it first came out back in, what was it, 2006, 2007 area. I went straight into Skyrim. Oblivion's good. It has issues. It has that Bethesda bug charm horseshittery as far as the old, what was the engine before creation, and then it has Unreal 5 mixed into it. It has issues, but it is a good solid game. I love going and finding random caves and random forts and whatnot and pillaging through and doing all that shit. But when it comes to Expedition 33, that is speaking to more, I would say, more of the PlayStation gamer, as far as the JRPG style fan with Final Fantasy. With Final Fantasy gamers and like what was it, Sea of Stars and Xenoblade and stuff like that. Even if I don't know if Xenoblade is anywhere on the PlayStation or not, but it speaks to more of that old style turn-based action JRPG fan.
No, Xenoblade is not on PlayStation.
No, I think it's purely Nintendo. But anyways, I mean, I don't think it's hurt. I think the response would have been a hair bit bigger if Oblivion didn't launch in this week, because it would have been basically the only really real player on the market. Because what Expedition 33 has over Oblivion, what it has over Days Gone, is it's a new IP. It's a new title. It's not a remake. It's not a remaster. It's not been played before until it dropped the other day. So it's a new story for everybody to experience. So I think for most people, whether it be casual, whether it be hardcore, it's a new experience. So I think that helped that game a lot. And it's a new way to get into the genre, because it's not just the same old thing. It's got a little bit of a hint of new and uniqueness to that genre.
Henry,
100%.
what about you? What do you
100%.
think?
Yeah.
Oh, and by the
first, I
way,
was
hold up. I'm
kinda-
sorry, Henry. And just to give a little bit more
Wow.
information to
Wow.
this, Oblivion has 4 million players as well. We don't know how many sold. We do know that Expedition 33 has 1 million players sold, but Oblivion has 4 million players right now. Henry?
Mhm. And they both the same price, and they both on Game Pass.
Yep,
But
same price.
yeah, at first I was kind of I figured Oblivion would eat Player Obscure's lunch, but people it's been kind of like a slow pickup, I guess, and then they just kind of hit a fever pitch of like people fiending.
Wait, what do you
for
mean
it.
slow pickup?
Like, 'cause
$1
at
million
first
now in sales. I bet you that shit's over 2 million. I bet you there are over 5 million people played it too.
over you talking about for Expedition,
Yeah, no, Oblivion.
Oblivion.
Yeah, Oblivion, that was
yeah.
yesterday. As of yesterday, it was 4 million players as of yesterday. So we don't know what a day would do, but we've seen with Expedition, they were able to double up on sales in just a day. At the same
Yeah, they put
time,
I
it's been
mean,
on pre-order for a couple months, so who knows how much of that really affected. But I'm sorry, Henry, continue on.
but yeah, because I was like just seeing how it was going. Um, it didn't seem like people were quick to pick it up and champion it, and you know how it usually is like when a big game hits and everybody go crazy. It took like a day for everybody to go crazy online over it. And even what's the guy, Baldur's Gate 3, that the head of that guy, the head of that studio, he was doing more marketing for the game than Xbox was doing. So I wasn't really sure how it was going to take effect as far as the gaming community. But I mean, it picked up and took off,
Well,
because it
C
was
Fresh has a
500.
question here. He says, "Isn't it weird that they haven't mentioned player numbers for Expedition 33?" And I'm gonna answer
I
first,
don't
and you
think
guys
it's
go ahead.
weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird at all because what's the reason Xbox
Player numbers don't pay the bills.
exactly?
Yeah,
So
players aren't payers.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
not gonna
Whatever
announce.
they
February.
got, it's like, okay. The only thing they're thinking of is, man, instead of asking for 7, we should have got like 70 out of these motherfuckers. That's what they're saying.
So no, I think they're fine with the $50 price point. I mean, I think they
No,
knew this.
I'm talking about the money they got from Xbox. If they would have known, like, it was gonna, because they probably did this deal 4 years ago. You know what I mean? 3, 4 years ago, they probably signed this Game Pass deal, and they didn't know it was gonna, you know, the end
Well,
result was gonna be what it
Well,
was.
they
Xbox
took that
owned what is it,
check
Medipack?
from Xbox and said thank you and fucking ran and like
Yeah.
we're gonna collect all and even fucking more after this check from Xbox Game Pass. So like right there, that check that Xbox wrote them probably covered all or even about what they needed. Everything else is just
Well,
like
this is
we're gonna meet.
speculation, by the way, guys. This isn't. We don't
Yeah.
know this for sure. This is what RPG is speculating. I don't agree with that, but that's what he's saying. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, that's usually they're usually pretty low what they offer.
We
Well,
don't know.
let me tell you guys what I
Better than
also
nothing
find
because
out.
you know you're not gonna sell shit. So
With Xbox, they pay also by gaming hours. So they have a base fee that the developer would
mm,
get, but then they also pay
no,
you based on
they have
gaming
different
hours.
payment types. They have down payment. They have hours. They have players. They have you can choose which one. Almost everybody takes the what do you want to call it? The fucking the payout, whatever they're gonna give before
Yes,
the game
there's
even comes out.
tiers to this, so there's different ways of
Yeah.
structuring our deal. It's not
Your
just
lump sum or you're spread out over 20 years.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly like a freaking mortgage. But who was next? Henry, were you done with what you were saying
Oh yeah,
about
I was
Expedition?
done. Yeah.
Well, so this is right here what Henry said. Well, I don't know if he said this, but when we talk about GTA 6 all the time, this is why I don't think that games should be quote unquote scared of GTA and scheduling their shit way before, way after GTA. Yeah, I wouldn't release it the same day, maybe not even the same week, but dude,
Same year.
there's 150 fucking billion dollars that the gaming industry makes per year. All right, 150 billion.
And GTA about to get half that shit.
No, GTA doesn't make that much. Well, they make a lot, but there's 150 billion. So there is plenty of room. There's plenty money out there for people to get. All right. The question
That's
really
bad.
is when you want so much space in between your game, it's because you're not fucking confident in your game. Let's be fucking real. If you think you have a fucking hitter and the gamers can see that game is a fucking hitter, look at Expedition 33. From the first day it was announced in whatever showcase it was, people were already trying to pre-order that fucking thing. People were adding it to their fucking wish list because it looked unique from the get go. All right, when you want all this fucking space in between your game and whatever next big release, it's because you fucking know that your shit's generic as fuck, and the next game that comes about is gonna steal your fucking customer. It's that fucking simple. But if I have a banger product, I'll put it up against any fucking product out there. Like you go ahead. If you can beat me, you fucking earned it. And that's a mentality that these developers should fucking have, but they don't because they know that there's no passion in what they're making. They know it's fucking generic. They know it's cookie cutter bullshit. Um,
But But at the same time, if you know that your game is dog shit and you release it in the same day or the same week as a big anticipated game that you know is going to fucking hit, there is no easier way to make sure that your game fails to drop
Mm-hmm.
it within said same week.
Yeah.
So if you're making, let's let's make up a title.
Yeah, then you can be like, yeah, it's because of GTA 6. Everyone bought that.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but it's like a
I'm gonna
cover
make
up. It's like I knew this
Redfall
shit was gonna
2.
fail anyways. So
I'm gonna make
this is the
Redfall 2, and I'm gonna launch it in the same fucking week as GTA 6 because I know Redfall 2 is dog shit.
They're making a Redfall
So,
2.
well, I'm just saying I'm using that as a hyperbole.
Oh, don't be yelling dumb shit like that, bro. Otherwise, people
But I'm
believe
just
it.
saying, if you know that that game is going to turn out to be dog shit in a fucking dry season, and that's the only fucking game coming out for a 2 month span, and it's gonna fucking flop as soon as it
Hmm.
fucking hits the store. Yeah, I'm gonna launch that bitch right next to GTA 6, and I'm gonna blame fucking GTA 6. Well, nobody played
Yeah.
my shit because GTA 6 fucking came out.
Yeah. And C Fresh here says, I think it didn't do anything on Game Pass. And I agree with you, C Fresh. And the reason I agree with you, man, is because the
they
Xbox
don't really play
gamer,
those type of games anyways.
yeah, they don't play these type of games. They're a different type of gamer, man. Like Oblivion is right up their fucking alley. You know what I'm saying? If it's an arcade fucking Metrovania, that's right
Something they
up their
played on
fucking alley.
360.
Yes,
That's
something like that. You know, these types of games are for the connoisseur of video games, which is everybody but Xbox. But let's rewind it back a little bit and let's talk about Oblivion since it was the first game this week, Tuesday, Shadow Drop. So let's just talk about the announcement. Let's talk about the way they released it. Let's talk about the game itself, how they built it, who worked on it, all that information. Let's just go over that. And this is a great panel to do that with because we have two guys who played it, who own it, and we have two guys who don't. But they are in the gaming world. They know what's going on. So let's start with Nelson, who I always say for last. Well, this time you'll go first. You don't own Oblivion. You have beaten Oblivion back when it came out. What did you think of the announcement, and were you surprised that it was Shadow Drop?
yeah, I think it really fucks things up when they do that. To be honest with you,
Fuck shit up for who?
well, me for one, I would have gotten that instead of Claire.
Oh shit, that's funny. Okay.
I always take a remaster over a new game. I know what I'm getting.
So Nelson basically belongs with Nintendo and Xbox. Okay, we got that. What do you think of the announcement and how they showed the game and all that?
It looked good, man. That's the only Bethesda game I've actually ever finished or like.
Okay.
So
So you'll be getting it, is what you're saying.
yeah,
Okay.
it's just because of this shit. I would have bought that shit, but I'd already pre-ordered Claire, and by the time I finished Claire, guess what? It's Lost Soul Side's gonna be out. So I've been waiting for that game about as long as I've been waiting for an Oblivion remake. About 10 years.
What about the pricing? What did you think of the pricing?
I think it's good, man. I mean, it's a good remaster. Is it as good as like Mass Effect? No, but Mass Effect to me was like the best fucking deal ever. You got 3 good ass remasters with all the fucking DLC for $60. Like if they would have priced that bitch at 200, no questions asked. Day one.
Okay.
But that's me. I'm a Mass Effect fucking. I love
Yeah,
that series.
that is
So
you. I wouldn't pay $200 for that. Not
I
saying the
won't.
game is not one of the best games in history because it fucking is, but once again, that's why Nintendo got your ass and not me. Moving on to Henry. Henry's another gamer who hasn't played Oblivion. Henry, did you play Oblivion right when it came out back in '06, or you've never even touched the game before?
Never touched it. Never touched it.
All right, so
But
break it down to us what you thought about the announcement, the shadow dropping, the price, all that.
I thought the announcement was dope. I thought the them dropping it right after I guess you call it showcase or event or whatever. That's also dope, and also the price. Because I do plan on picking it up. Just like it just like nah, it was just too much. I was already planning on playing, and then too with the marathon alpha being out, I just wasn't gonna get to it. And I'm kind of done just picking up stuff just to have it. I'd rather pick up something that I'm gonna actually play when I'm gonna play it. But the whole way they went about doing it was an awesome job. They did a great job, and clearly the fans responded because that shit took off on Steam. You know what I mean? So it was good. Good job for them. Good on them. They did the right thing, and they're reaping the benefits of making that decision.
23 Skyrim remasters later, and we finally get Oblivion.
Hey man, winner. Hey, what they say? Winners win. Shit. Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, at least it's not another fucking Skyrim.
Yeah, that came out every
Christ.
year from 2011 to like 2022. That came out every single year.
So kind of like The Last of Us.
No, every year, not every other year.
Hey, if you didn't know, Last of Us has come out every year for the last 3 years.
It's come out 3 times.
Yes, for the last 3 years. Every year for the last 3 years has come out.
Well, 1 or 2, I guess. Yeah.
And
I'm
then
talking about
the
same game.
complete edition that came out this year.
Complete edition is just the fucking package of both of
Hey,
them. That ain't a
I'm
different version.
I'm just saying it's 3 years, 3 games. The same game.
That's just the collectors. That ain't a different edition. That's the same edition.
Nope, that's not a collector's. That's a complete edition. Without, what's the PvP on there, Henry? Factions?
Factions. Yeah, that
Fucking
shit
weak
done
ass
got
shit.
Get the fuck out
It's the fucking incomplete edition is what it is.
Yeah. And they want $110 because you get Neil's fucking slapping the ass in there. RPG
I think people
88.
are actually selling that for a profit. I think that's fucking crazy. Like, you people just buy everything.
Well, when they have spokespeople like you defending it, saying it's not every year, yeah,
I didn't buy that shit. I didn't even buy the remake.
me neither. Well, I've got the $10 upgrade.
Yeah,
RPG.
I waited for that.
No,
shit
I'm
to
talking
hit
about
the
one
PS
remake.
Plus.
I didn't even buy the one remake.
Oh, you didn't pay the $10 upgrade fee?
It wasn't $10. It was $70. The
No.
remake of
Oh,
one.
the
I didn't buy it.
Yeah, there's a $10 upgrade for that.
No, there's not. No,
You
it's
sure?
$70. The remake, yeah. The Last of Us remake.
No.
2022 or whatever.
RPG. You played Oblivion back when it came out. You also bought the remaster and you played it. Explain to the people what you thought of the show, how they announced it, the shadow dropping, the price.
Well, I mean, first of all, I did not play Oblivion when it first came out.
Oh,
back
my
in
bad. I
2006.
thought you did. I'm sorry.
I played Skyrim. Skyrim's my first intro into the Elder Scrolls. So a lot like most of the gaming community, like Skyrim was my first. And, you know, there is people that like, oh, Oblivion was my first, or Morrowind, or whatever was my first into Elder Scrolls. But yeah, Skyrim's where I started. But so with the rumors of Oblivion remake coming out, I was like, oh, well, that sounds interesting. And, you know, and then I started looking up videos of Oblivion back in the 2006 model. And I'm like, I don't see it. I don't see if this game being remastered or remade if it's going to hit, you know, as well as Skyrim. And I was wrong, because when they did that little show a week ago, I was very impressed. Like, this looks
Wait, who did what
better
show
than
a week ago?
Bethesda did that show. Their little direct
Okay.
Oblivion direct reveal.
Wait, that was on Tuesday. That wasn't a week ago. That was 4 days ago.
It's a week ago for me. But it was very interesting. As soon as they showed it and they showed everything that they did as far as updates, graphics, or gameplay wise, or, you know, quality of life, like, oh, we changed these menus and all this other shit. I was like, I can spend some money on that. And then they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna have all this stuff for $50. Like, everything that we put out for Oblivion since 2006, you're going to get for $50. It's going to look nice. It's going to run nice. It's going to be pretty. Enjoy.
It's the $15 horse armor too?
Yeah, it came with $15 horse armor.
So I want to give some pushback to that, not to RPG, but to the gaming community in general, because they're acting like fucking Bethesda's doing you guys a fucking favor by including everything for a price of $50 fucking dollars. First of fuck off, no, they're not. This fucking game is fucking 20 years old, okay? Everybody includes all DLCs with their fucking remasters that they come out, especially when it's that fucking long ago. So let's not act like they're doing us a fucking favor.
No,
Secondly,
they're not.
the
They're
price
not
point
doing.
for the
They're not
remaster,
doing people like that played Oblivion originally. They're not doing them a favor.
no.
They are grabbing the fucking people that are over the fucking moon, ecstatic, and love Oblivion, or the people that have never even touched Oblivion. That's the people that they're aiming at.
And the second thing is with Oblivion, it's priced accordingly. It's not cheaper. It's not a better deal. It's priced accordingly. Even The Last of Us Part 1 remake came out at what? $50.
70.
I'm sure it was 60.
The remake was 70. It was a remake though, but
The Last of
70.
It was one of those
Well, I didn't
two.
buy it.
But
The remaster, if you never bought it, yeah, you can get that at
Last of Us, not The Last of Us, but remasters in general are cheaper. Are cheap. You see, that's why I can't fucking play video games while we're talking.
there's different levels though. Like remasters though. Remastering a PS4 game is a lot less work than like that game is fucked up. Like it's still fucked up probably, but
Well, remember,
depends on the game.
remaster remakes are two completely different things. Remaster was The Last of Us Part 2. Remake was The Last of Us Part 1. On the remaster, there's less work you have to do to that fucking thing. On the remake, you're building it from the ground up.
It's a lot more to do though from a 20-year-old game to a 10-year-old game though,
Oh,
is what I'm
absolutely
saying.
it is. Absolutely it is. But it's
Yeah,
still a
because
20-year-old
Even
game.
like Mass Effect 1 took like Mass Effect 1 took longer to remaster than 2 and 3 together
And Mass Effect
because the
1
aiming was
plays
all
like shit.
fucked up and yeah, it did.
It plays
yeah,
like
because
shit.
you can't reuse some of the assets because the assets are so fucking broken that they cannot be transitioned. So you have to rebuild those fucking skeletons from scratch.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And not just that, but yeah, Oblivion looks really nice. It plays good. But if you take out the shine, it still feels like a 20-year-old game. It
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
have that fucking like if you play The Last of Us Part 1, you can tell that fucking thing is remade. It plays like The Last of Us Part 2. It doesn't just have a polish on it and a couple like The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, they fucking basically made it look good, and they added a couple other features to quality of life features, but the game still plays the exact fucking same as the 360 and PS4 versions of that fucking game, or not 360, but PS4 versions of that game. So I was less hyped for that fucking game. True, it was a free fucking thing, so we didn't pay for it. Shout out to CG Project Red for that. Oblivion, they made you pay for it. Henry, or did ever, I'm a first time Oblivion gamer. I never
Right
played the
on,
game.
right on.
So for the announcement of the game, they did exactly what Sony should have done for Days Gone. Um, Sony really fucked up with that, and I think they're feeling it now, especially with Expedition 33 out and Oblivion out and Horizon out and all these other games that are dropping within the week of Days Gone, not including Indiana Jones and all the other games. What do you guys think about that? About Sony releasing Days Gone today or yesterday? I'm sorry, Friday versus doing a shadow drop like Oblivion did, and somebody fell asleep. Henry, we'll
What you
start
mean?
with you.
Let's see. Hmm. Let RPG take it. Let RPG take it.
RPG, what do you think about Sony releasing the game?
Who is that?
No idea. What do you think of the oh, see, Steve Fresh is playing Days Gone. That's interesting. RPG.
What?
Maybe it was him.
RPG gone. Nelson.
No, I'm here.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out who's in the chat.
Nelson, what do you
Me?
think?
Yeah. And, what?
Go ahead, RPG.
Youth.
So with Days Gone coming out in the mix of everything that's going on right now, I think it's poor timing. I'm in agreement with you, Will, on they should have dropped this shit when they showed this shit. They should have shadow dropped it. There wasn't a whole lot going on. Now I can't remember exactly what was going on at that time when they showed this game, but this game would have dealt, I think, would have dealt a lot better than launching alongside Oblivion and then with Expedition 33 and Forza and Indiana Jones, all this shit within the 3 week mark. It was a bad choice in where it launched. Not that it's a bad game, but it's a bad area to launch because you are so easy to be surrounded.
Yeah, I would have replayed through that, but how? There's already too many games I got to play now. I'm not even gonna get around to all of them that are out.
That is the motto of this year, from 2025, from when we left the Game Awards up until we get to the next Game Awards. This entire year there's too many games. No matter what genre, what type of game you like, there's too many damn games.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the whole too many game things.
I'm gonna try and get to a 10th of them.
I'm gonna be lucky if I finish 3.
I am playing the lottery though.
Yeah, me too, but that's another story. But as far as I think there is too many games to fit my time schedule. Maybe not fit Will's time schedule, but fit my time schedule.
What you mean? I work longer than you.
Well, you also sleep less than me.
Yeah, that's true. But let me give you guys an example. I spoke to my cousin. He's the guy who plays fucking 2K Call of Duty, right? That's all he plays. I asked him, what game are you playing? Oblivion, Days Gone, Forza Horizon, Expedition 33. He didn't know what none of those were except fucking Forza.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about there's too many fucking games, yes, there's too many games for the hardcore gamer like us who play all these games. Majority of people don't play the games that we play. That's why when some asshole said that Days Gone selling 10 million copies on the PS4 is not a big deal, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Less than 1%.
There's only like 20 games last generation that sold over 10 million that weren't yearly releases.
Yes, that is less than 1% of the 1% of the games out there.
If you
that
exclude Nintendo,
sell.
of course.
It's a big deal if you're a single player game.
There's only like a handful, like 5 games that hit like 5+ million sales that come out a year that are not yearly titles.
Yeah, Days Gone doing that was a big deal, and also Days Gone at times was new IP.
I don't think Days Gone counts as a new IP.
I'm talking about in PS.
Oh,
PS4.
Yeah, new IP on top of it too. And I mean, look, it's not a hard sell, man. You got a biker dude who fucking killing zombies, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not a hard sell for any fucking body. You know, people love zombies and they love fucking shooting, and you know, it's not hard to sell that game.
Just for reference, I deployed with Deacon. He was overseas when I was overseas.
Oh, you're talking about the real dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about his character.
Yeah,
like, we were overseas for 6 months at the same time in the same place.
Yeah, the video game character, he's a vet. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Deacon probably ate lunch before. I didn't even know it was him.
Let's say, because the real character for this guy, I think he did.
Yeah, he was 10th Mountain. They were in charge of our where I was at up until they left, and then it was 82nd.
But yeah, man, Sony really fucked up. What do you think about that, Henry? Do you think that PlayStation should have did what they did and released Days Gone now, or do you think they should have released the shit back when they announced it?
Yeah, I agree with you. Initially, you know, I was like, it'll probably be fine if they don't shadow drop it, you know. But at the time, I didn't know it would be I didn't know Oblivion was coming, and I didn't know, you know, Lords of the Fallen was gonna have a big update. I didn't know, you know. Well, I figured Expedition 33 would be a big game, but since they were so different, as far as gameplay and the type of games they were and the type of player that they would attract. I didn't think it would be a big deal, but it's definitely, in my opinion, getting drowned out by all the updated games and new games. And yeah, I'll be checking that out in probably like another 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because, again, I got Marathon and I got Clair Obscur Expedition 33. So I'll
Doom.
get to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I'll get to it. You feel me?
Only reason I'm playing the game right now is because we're streaming. Otherwise, I'd be playing Expedition 33. And mind you, I'm the gamer who was itching to play Days Gone again. Like I waited because of the rumors that Days Gone was going to get announced. It did get announced, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait a little bit longer. And
Yeah, I'm
now
on
it's
my
here.
second playthrough. I was waiting too.
But now that
But
it's here, I have no
Now I ain't got
interest in
time for
playing
it.
it.
But here's the thing. You know how Days Gone goes. You know how it ends. You don't know how Expedition 33 ends, how it goes. So that's what's got your interest. That's what's got the hook in you.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said, RPG. Yeah, I just said that I have no interest whatsoever in playing Days Gone right now.
With Days Gone, I caught a little bit of your stream, but is it any better graphically wise? Like what is the big remaster update for
So
Days Gone?
basically, all the new options. That's what's new. I mean, the game looks better slightly. At first, I was tripping because the cutscenes look like they look old, but like brighter.
Yeah,
So I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be a shitty fucking remaster. But as you start playing the game, you can definitely see that it looks better. But the cutscenes
some
still look
more in the game instead of the cutscenes.
way more in the game than the cutscenes. So that fucked me up at first. Um, to buy this game, pay $50. I do not recommend $50 for this fucking game at all. But for $10, like I paid, yeah, why not? You get to it when you get to it. But
So for
Yep.
people who don't own the game previously, so like people maybe
That's the
don't.
people that really aim these re-releases is like those 40% of new customers or whatever. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, but for people who like maybe dabbled in it in PS Plus when it was in there last year, what would you suggest? Like maybe half priced, or what are we looking at? Maybe a month or two down the road when it does go on sale.
well, if it goes on sale, it's not gonna go on sale for anything less than like 40, $30 for at least a year, maybe 2 years. PlayStation holds pricing pretty tight on their first party games, so it's gonna be a while. But look, man, I recommend you go find a pre-owned copy of the PS4 version for $25 and pay the $10 if you're interested in it. If you're not, if you really don't give a fuck, then wait 5 years from now, you'll get it for fucking $15 and call it a day.
I could see it being, since it's a remaster, I could see the remaster, if you've never played it, being on sale for $24.99 during Black Friday.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
I could.
Maybe.
I'm thinking it's going to be a solid Black Friday sale, or even
Friday too.
I don't
Or
think
at
it's
worst,
gonna be
$29.99.
I mean,
I
I
don't
didn't
think
see
it's
The
gonna
Last
be
of
a
Us
part
Part
of
2 at
the.
that price point during Black Friday sale
When did that come out?
last year,
Well, yeah, when?
January, February, somewhere around there. And it didn't come out. It didn't in the next Black Friday, so 8 months later, it wasn't at 24 or 30. I think it was like 39.99 sale price. It was like $10 off. It wasn't much. Now, I don't know if because it's The Last of Us and this is Days Gone, but C Fresh says that's a good price point right there. C Fresh, 29.99, $30. Yeah.
Yeah, I could sink $30 into this game and pick it up and then just put it in the backlog for $30. But right now, with as much shit as I got going on with Oblivion and then with Expedition 33 and all the titles that are going to come out in the next month.
If they wanted
Yeah.
money out of me, just for instead of a $10 upgrade, I would have paid $30 to have that with the co-op fucking thing
That's
in
what the
it.
fuck
Now
I'm
we're
saying,
talking.
bro.
Now we're
They should
Co-op
have
talking.
dropped
board,
that fucking
I would have
co-op
paid
in that
30 bucks
bitch.
for that. I shit you not.
Me too. I would have paid more than
This shit
30.
on, man.
or just threw the game in the PS Plus and then charged you like a $30 day one upgrade and all that
Yeah,
shit.
that I would have done that with the co-op for it. That's
Yes,
what
Hmm.
I'm
sir.
saying.
I would
And
have
turn
paid.
that shit into a fully live service.
Because I'd be playing that
whatever.
all the time co-op. Like, yo, we're gonna take out every fucking zombie horde today.
Well, that's the thing that I talk shit about Concord about, which I think is part of their downfall is, PlayStation has got some great IPs that already have a multiplayer aspect to it. Ghost of Tsushima, Days Gone, easily could be turned into a multiplayer thing. The Last of
Yep.
Us with their factions, shit, even Horizon is kind of set up to be multiplayer because the world is so big and there's so many monsters. You can make it a mini Monster Hunter. But what do they choose to do? They choose to fucking spend all this money creating new IP. They think they're gonna have the same success just because it has that fucking PlayStation quality on it. Where it's like, nah, bro. These other gamers that are playing these multiplayer games, they're not like Sony gamers. You know what I'm saying? Where give us a good story hook, give us some good gameplay, and we're fucking in there like swimwear. Multiplayer gamers ain't like that. They're looking more towards that gameplay loop, and if it's confusing, and this is a question I asked Henry, which I'll ask to you guys, and we can talk about that real quick. Is it the game's responsibility? And what was I talking about, Henry? What game? Was it Marathon? Uh,
Yeah, marathon.
is it Bungie's responsibility and replace Bungie with any other developer you like? Is it Bungie's responsibility or any developer out there? Is it their responsibility to teach you how to play the game? Example, teach you how to play an extraction shooter? Or is it the gamer's responsibility to learn how to play an extraction shooter themselves or insert any other genre? We'll start with you, Henry.
I think that when you present, you showing a game, you showing a product, you do have to describe, do your best to describe what it is and let the people know the type of game they will potentially be buying. You got to present it to them, and if it's something they're interested in, they'll either be interested in playing or be interested in looking more into what it is and then make the decision. Because like we spoke about Concord, they didn't really do a good job describing to the people what it was. People thought it was Overwatch, wasn't like Overwatch. And then their specialty mode that they did have, they also didn't do a good job of describing that. And even to me, I played it, and it took me like a day to really figure out what that mode was about. So they failed on that front also. So if I want you to buy my game, I'm gonna present to you what the game is and what you're gonna be doing, and if you are interested, then as the customer, do a little looking into and research and whatnot. Or when I show it to you, you might just be interested off top and just want it. But some people won't just be interested off of what they see, and some people will need more information, which is why a lot of times they'll announce it, do a dev diary, do a gameplay trailer, because they're constantly showing you what you're gonna be doing and showing you more about the game. So it would help you to make your mind up as far as if you want to try it or buy it or whatever. So it's kind of, I say it's 70% on the developer and 30% on the customer.
Our RPG, what about you? What's your answer to that question? Is it the developer's responsibility to teach you how to play the game, or is it the gamer's responsibility?
I think it is. I think it's 50-50. And what I mean by that is, I look at it like how I approached my career, my job. When I go up to my boss, the leader and whatnot, and I go, well, he gives me a task, and I go, well, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what all it's going to take to do that job or that position or whatever. And he hops up out of his seat and he's like, all right, I'm going to go show you. You do everything like I show you. And as long as you do it like that, we're not going to have any problems. But if I have to show you again, you're not gonna like me. So I think that's how the gaming devs and how the players should look at it is they're gonna show you the right way the first time, but if you don't pick up and you don't learn on that first time, you're gonna pay for it and you're gonna have to restart. You're either not cut out for it or you're gonna have to fucking suffer and you're gonna have to learn. And whether you learn the hard way or whether you learn by the professionals, the expertise, the people that's been in the field for the longest time. That's how I approached some of my gaming, but mostly how I approach my work life. And I think that that works, and that's how I approach people that are under me now. Is I don't have a problem training, but fucking open your ears when I train you.
Nelson, do you think it's a developer's responsibility to teach you how to play the game, or is it the gamer's responsibility?
Multiplayer games, I'd say it's more on the players. Single player, it's more on the game.
So I disagree with every single one of you guys. It is 100% the responsibility of the developer to teach you how to play the game. Why? Because it is the developer who is asking you for your hard-earned money. And you have developers out there, Bungie in specific, who onboarding is completely fucking terrible. Now, for a living, I do sales. I'm also a store manager, but sales is the core of it all. And I've been in sales my whole career, including my very first job ever. Now, the thing that has made me successful in sales, the thing that I request from any vendor who wants me to sell their product is, where is the information that we give to the customer to show them how to use this product? It is not the customer's responsibility to figure it out. Now, yes, there are certain things they themselves have to figure it out, but if you're taking Bungie's fucking way of doing things, you're gonna fucking fail, especially in growing your customer base. In the beginning of a game like Destiny 2, things are coming out slowly, so you have time to adjust and adapt and learn. But if Destiny, that's been out for what, 10 years, somebody new comes in there, those little prompts that the game gives you that are on screen for 5 seconds that you got to read and retain the information, it's just not enough to get the gamers going. And that's the reason I'm not playing Destiny as much as others play Destiny, because I know enough to do the main story, the main expansion story, but I don't know enough to do all the other crap that you can do in the game. And the reason I asked that is because me and Henry have been playing Marathon lately. Me and Henry have been allowed a code for the alpha, and we've been having a pretty good time with it. But there's people out there that don't know how to play an extraction shooter, and they want Marathon to play like a Call of Duty. So, Henry, you've been playing Marathon. What are some of the biggest complaints that people have been saying about Marathon that you're like, this isn't the right genre for you if you are concerned about these things?
The well, the main thing is because I have heard some like legitimate criticism, but the main thing is the overheat bar, heat bar, the stamina light bar. It's a point of contention for some people who just want to hop in and run and gun when these styles of games aren't designed in that way. Just because they want you to be more tactical in your movements and really think about positioning, and because it is you want to play this at a slower pace, because if you mess up, if you get wrong position, like all your gear is at risk, all your money is at risk, since if you die, it's not like a battle royale where you just go back to the lobby and you still got your loadout. You know what I mean? If you die in this with your loadout is gone. Um, and the way they wanted to play is kind of like DMZ, right? Because DMZ was a super casualized extraction shooter. You know what I mean? Based off of Call of Duty. Um, and a more serious extraction shooter, they want you to really think, and it's like resource management is, you got to bandage body parts separately when you get hurt. Like you take damage to your arm, you got to bandage it separately. You take damage to your leg, you got to bandage it separately, and it affects your movement and stuff like that. Some of them you even have to like drink water and eat and stuff like that. It's like a real hardcore experience. And what the mentality some people come into it with is they want it like a super watered down, washed out version that the core base that enjoys these type of games will end up not playing it because it's too far gone from what an extraction shooter is. So the like I was talking to you about it earlier, the overheat system is the friction. And I use friction because Shroud talked about it, and how he felt as though removing friction over casualized the game to the point to where it's kind of like a game made for everybody is a game made for nobody type of deal, right? We've heard this numerous times over the years with certain games. And another issue is the what is it? I
What
forget that, but
what
that's the
about
main thing about that.
what about the aim assist with the mouse and keyboard?
Well, that goes into the criticisms to where like it's solid criticism at a certain point because these people they would rather there be a matchmaking system split to where people who are using aim assist are match made together and the people who aren't using aim assist are match made together. But you can really just simplify that all together and just have input based matchmaking, right? So if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, all y'all match made together, and all the controller players are match made together. It's just initially when I heard that, I automatically just thought input based because it makes more sense than just going off you know aim assist, because a bunch of games they have the magnetism,
Hmm.
reticle magnetism. They've always had it. This just how they make their shoes. It is what it is. So, and that
It
was
seems like it's a little bit stronger here in marathon though, from what I've
yeah,
hear
yeah, yeah.
or
It
what
it
I've
is,
heard.
but again, it's an alpha, so they're gonna tweak and tune,
Hmm.
it's not gonna be that strong when the game come out, most likely. And just another point of valid criticism is the bounty systems is super limited in the missions because you can collect missions before you go out, and then you do the mission, and then if you got a teammate, they can also help you. Let's say if your mission is to collect X amount of boxes, your teammate can collect boxes, and it will be attributed to your collection of boxes, so they can like y'all can all work together to get it finished. But the amounts you can do in a day are super limited. So let's say if you playing this hardcore, you can knock out all your objectives and bounties in probably what 2 hours, 3 hours, and then you left with nothing to do except like jump in and go for loot. So they would have to increase that to maybe ten a day. You know what I mean? Or either three per faction or something like that to continue to give people something to do. Um, but yeah, those are like three different criticisms. One being a criticism that I don't think is very constructive or actionable. My suggestion as far as the overheat bar, I told this to Will earlier, was to because if you sprint, it burns down the bar, but the bar burns down kind of quick. And so I suggested to have like your regular walk, a jog where it doesn't consume any, and then you sprint where it does consume it, because there are implants and things inside the game to make it to where the ball run down slower or refill quicker. You know, so it's things in the game to kind of mitigate that, but you do move pretty slow. You know what I mean? The walk is hella slow, and the bar does burn kind of quick. So even though they do have those systems in there, a kind of middle ground would just be to just have a regular sprint and then your tactical sprint. like on Call of Duty, you got attack sprint, and you can't do that unlimitedly. You just do it until it won't allow you to do it, and then that will consume your overheat bar. Um, because trying to think about some actionable that they can add in without throwing away the mechanic or adjusting the mechanic to the point to where it makes other things inside the game useless. Um,
All they
and
gotta
that's just
do
what
is
I
just
think.
change it a little bit, bro. I mean, I'm not saying they gotta fucking give you a full health, full speed bar that, fucking recharges up every fucking 5 seconds. That's not what I'm talking about. And the only reason I'm even saying this is because the maps are fucking huge. So I'm just thinking of transportation. You know what I mean? Get from, because look, traveling 800 meters in a fucking game is a long ass distance. But I like the mechanic of having short bursts because if you are in a gunfight, you can't rely on that fucking short burst to get away completely from the fight. I mean, it's enough to get you to cover. It's enough to fucking, move from one position to the other quickly so you don't get seen, which is fine. But maybe they need to do something that as soon as you hit one of the quote unquote towns, right, where all the loot is, that's when your energy bar shortens up. But once you're out in the open, then it expands to a normal size of sorts. Because man, it took us like 7 minutes to travel 800 meters yesterday. Was it? It's like 6 or 7 minutes, so it was like half the time.
It's about five. Nah, maybe it was about 6. It was about 7.
I think you could do a little bit of altering here from what you guys are talking about. Maybe expand that stamina bar, that sprint bar a little bit, but not so much kill it all together and wait for the cooldown to happen, but maybe add an audio into the what's that called, where everybody can hear you. So you hit that point and you start gasping and whatnot, and everybody can hear you and kind of pinpoint like where you're at. Like, oh well, somebody just fucking ran, half a fucking mile. They're out of breath. There's some breathing going on over here, and I think that would be a better solve than just limiting you to where you've ran out of breath or you ran out of your speed and you're kind of F now.
Well, if they don't want to
I
do the speed thing, then they need to add like a motorcycle or something in there to
and
travel.
they might later on down the road. I mean, granted,
And there's
I
also a class that does have like a faster sprint and more movement abilities. It kind of like a dash and all that kind of stuff. There's
I
a
hate
class
to
in there
be
that
this
does that.
guy, but I mean, it is still an alpha. We see the skeleton of what they're trying to make.
What's up, El Nini? How you doing, bro? Came just in
Shout
time. We're
out
about
El
to get into the
Nini.
fucking good shit. All right, man. Well, let's fucking. I'm done with marathon. The game is incomplete. You know what I mean? But it's an alpha. You can't. People. The thing that pisses me off about people is that they want a full blown, complete AAA fucking product when when this game is releasing, y'all, in 6 fucking months.
September, yes, it's a while. They got
Six
time to change a lot of stuff.
months,
And they
bro.
could push it.
That's half a
That's
fucking
true.
year, dude. Now it's half a year. Okay, we'll leave it at that. It's half a fucking year. Moving on. I want to talk about Ghost of Yote. We saw the story trailer that got announced this week. Um, I have made a whole fucking video about it in comparison to Ghost of Tsushima story trailer, and I had both trailers played back to back. But let's start with RPG. What did you think about the story trailer that we saw of Ghost of Yote? Did it increase your want for the game? Did it not? What do you think of the trailer itself?
I think the trailer looked good. I think the idea of her going out and having this list of people that she's going to take down, it it feels bad, but it feels very Assassin's Creed like. that
Extremely.
she's hunting down this order, this hidden one order, this Templar order. That's how it feels to me. Not saying that the game is going to be Assassin's Creed, but it is kind of got that formula to it as far as like, well, this is your end goal. This hunt these 6 to 8 people. That is your end goal. So, and that's what a lot of Assassin's Creed is you have this list of people that you have to kill before you roll credits and you end the story. As far as the graphics wise and the setting wise, it's very impressive. But seeing the videos, seeing the CGI, seeing the in-game combat and all that, that's all good and well, but I need to see this thing running in real time. But right now, I'm really liking the game. I'm hoping to see more, especially maybe at a dedicated state of play for this game.
What more do you need to see?
I want to see a good 5-minute breakdown
Of what?
of combat and everything. I want to see a full thing, 5 minutes uncut.
Well, be real. It don't matter if they show it to you or not. You're still gonna buy the game.
But are they going to make me buy the game day one, or are they going to make me buy the game month 2, month 3, whatever down the road?
You're gonna buy it day one. You're a Sony pony.
I did not buy Ghost of Tsushima day one.
Oh, that's your fault. Henry, what about you? The trailer, what you think about it? You made a video about this as well.
Yeah, it was cool. It was, you know what I mean, the visuals and what they shown was cool. It was very much like it gave like Western type vibes, you know what I mean, to me.
Very, what's his name? Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. You know,
especially with like Assassin's Creed Shadows had that same vibe.
And it didn't make me any more hype for the game, you know what I mean? I don't know. I probably will get it day one, but I'm not. I wasn't as hype as I was like with the Ghost of Tsushima reveal. You know what I mean? When Ghost of Tsushima popped off, I was hype. You know, this didn't do that for me, and I don't know if it's because it's a sequel or, you know, and it's like we've been here before, we've done this before, even though it's gonna be new combat mechanics and a different area that looks similar and a new character, and it's I don't know, it just didn't hit me like how Ghost of Tsushima OG Jin Sakai hit me. You know what I mean?
It's that I'm sure
want
to
be a dope
play.
game.
I don't need to play.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm not shitting on it. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad game or nothing like that. It's just not something I'm like, out of all the games coming this year, I'm probably the least hype for Yote. You know, I'm still way more hyped for Hell Is Us. You know what I mean? I'm still more excited for Blades of Fire. You know what I mean? It's other stuff that I'm more hyped for. Even though this is a Sony first party and it's a Wolf of Yote, and it's just yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Nelson, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it looked a lot better than the previous trailer, but I still want to know if there's. Well, we know there's a gun, right, or some type of gun. Is there more than one gun? Is there a new? What do you want to call it? You know how you throw the fucking sticky grenades and the kutais? Is there any new shit of that? Is there some longer weapons? Kunai.
I think it's gonna be you've seen
I want to know if there's some new stuff with that.
I think it'll be like Rise of Ronin. You played Rise of Ronin, right? I think it'll be like that, like the gun, maybe. You know how they use the gun in Rise of Ronin?
You're only gonna get one shot.
Yeah, of course.
Single one-shot rifle, I think, is all you're really gonna get.
Yeah, it's like 1608. You're gonna get a gunpowder fucking. Yep.
Nelson, anything else you want to say about Ghost of Yote?
No, I'm just curious. You know, if there's new, because I like them sticky bombs and the kuntai and all that kind of shit. I want to know if there's any new stuff. You know what I mean?
Me too.
I love my sticky bombs. Those are
He
Oh
Does
yeah,
wants
and I
more
also want to know
shots.
about the like the wolf. Like, will it be a companion you can like stick on
Yeah, can I
somebody?
control it?
can you make
Yeah,
it do things non-sexual, of course?
yeah, yeah.
Anybody else got anything to say about that? Because I'm gonna go on a little rant here for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna go into the article. An article written by I forget who. I'll go over that with you guys in a second, but it's interviewing one of the directors of Ghost of Yote. So does anybody else have anything to say about Ghost of Yote before I get into all that?
Nope.
All right, cool. Let
Man,
me get
those.
into it, and don't be shy to interject, of course, if you hear something. But I'll give you guys first what I think about the trailer, and I'll give you a breakdown of my video real quick. Um, but basically, Ghost of Yote trailer did absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. It actually pissed me off even more. And in my video, which I strongly recommend you guys check it out, I play the Ghost of Yote trailer, and then I play I'm sorry, yeah, Ghost of Yote and then Ghost of Tsushima trailer. And the Ghost of Yote trailer, as far as story goes, because it was a story trailer, so we'll stick with just the story. Gameplay, I think it's going to be very similar to what Ghost of Tsushima was, plus a few additions, of course, like most sequels tend to do. They upgrade some things, they add some new weapons, they add some new upgrade options, etc. But the story trailer, which they just released, was complete dog shit. It's a simple fucking revenge story. Assassin's Creed just did the same exact shit, Japanese setting, fucking revenge story, identical. There's a list of people you gotta kill, except that with Assassin's Creed, you don't have six. You got about 300 of them motherfuckers in each region, so about 45,000 targets that you gotta go after. Um, and just looking at what the trailer fucking gave us, right? We know that there's six people, and I'm sure there's gonna be side quests, branching quests, fucking. You're gonna kill way more than six people in total, right? You're gonna find out the bigger picture and why it all happened. But the base of the game is just gonna be a fucking revenge story, which is so fucking rudimentary, so fucking stupid. So for all you fucking assholes out there that are saying, "Oh, Jinsekai's done with," shut the fuck up, fucking pussy. When you look at the story trailer for Ghost of Tsushima, just in that 3 minute trailer, you see that there is drama politically. You see there is drama within culture. You see that there is drama religiously. You see there is fucking problems with your own family, not even including your uncle here. That's even though that's part of family, but within your own family, you see there is cultural fucking issues going on. So there's about five, six different fucking dramas that are going on just within the story itself. Ghost of Yote did none of that shit. At the end of Ghost of Tsushima, whether you make the decision to kill your uncle or spare him, right? We all had to make that decision. I played the game numerous times. I picked both. Most of us here have played the game numerous times. We picked both. But with Ghost of Tsushima, at the end of that game, people that say the fucking story's over, you have the Shogun hunting you. You have the Mongol army hunting you because you just killed the Khan. You have your ghost fame and lore that is growing out of control, and the people of Tsushima are hunting you, not in the same way that the Emperor is hunting you or the Mongols are hunting you, but hunting you for inspiration. Then you have the Mongols invading mainland Japan right then and there. So there's a lot of shit that's going on that story wise you could have went a million different ways. And Naughty Dog, or I'm sorry, not Naughty Dog, Sucker Punch said, fuck you, we're doing a character swap, which is what Ghost of Yote really feels like. Because pay attention to that trailer. The setting's the same, the colors are the fucking same, the combat is very fucking similar. Everything's the fucking same. Only fucking difference is that the political shit is out the fucking window. The Mongol shit is completely out the fucking window. The social fucking cultural shit of the time is basically completely out the fucking window. All for what? For a fucking revenge story. So that's my opinion on Ghost of Yote. Now I'm gonna get into, or do you guys have anything to say about what I just said before I get into the article?
Cook.
All right. So this next art, I'm gonna read this article for you guys real quick. It is by Fandom Pulse Substack. Substack is a website where independent journalists publish their journals, so they don't work for like major, companies like Fox or CNN or fucking Kotaku or anything like that. They do it all themselves. So it's an independent place where independent journalists could go and release articles. John F. Trent is the writer, and this is the title of the article. Ghost of Yotei director responds to accusations that the game is woke. So starting at the top, Ghost of Yotei directors Jason Connell and Nate Fox responded to accusation that the game is woke, specifically due to their choice to have a female protagonist succeed Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima. In an interview with Variety, the two directors were asked. Some accused the game of being woke when Atsu was revealed as the main character. Why was a female protagonist the right choice for this story? Kano answered, "We knew we had all these fans who love Tsushima. We want to carry all those fans forward into an exciting new adventure. We're creatives. We like to make new things. We like to make exciting new pieces of art and move people in new ways. We want to make a sequel that's fresh but familiar." Didn't answer the fucking question, but okay. Next paragraph. Nate and I are pretty enamored with making origin stories and certain ones that we could find a way to make them feel like a bit of an underdog in this landscape. He continued. This is pretty dangerous landscape, which positioned her to be an excellent person for that. This is somebody that people would not expect to be so powerful, yet here she is on this romp of a vengeance quest, which is probably pretty unexpected for some people. So what he's saying here is that they love making origin stories, okay? The reason that they picked a female character is because she is the least expected to go on a vengeance run, right? What he's saying here is people would think a woman doesn't have it in her um, to be as vengeful as maybe a male character. I don't fucking know. Over time, she'll get this name of the Onryo. Because of this, Japanese folk legends is an unlikable vengeance-seeking ghost, and that's just an awesome fit. So real quick, let me stop there. So this Onryo, Onryo, I did a little bit of digging on what that is. And Onryo is basically a vengeful ghost in Japanese culture. That word can also be used as slang. So they would call somebody an Onryo, somebody who died dishonorably, or just kind of poke a little like derogatory kind of term. So it can mean two things, and you can obviously combine those two things into one. So you see what they're doing here already. Continuing on, Onryos are typically stories of vengeance from females, so that seems like a really nice package for this, he concluded. Earlier in the interview, Fox explained the motives of Atsu, the game's main female protagonist. He said, "Our new hero, Atsu, is somebody you meet early in her life, and this is her origin story, and it's one of heartbreak. She suffers a horrible loss in her youth and then sets off on a quest for revenge. Revenge is a classic samurai cinema trope, and we love samurai cinema." So that's the interview. That's the article. He really didn't answer none of the fucking questions about it being woke. He was just explaining about why they created this character. In specific, they didn't say shit about why they replaced Jin Sakai, why they're doing it 300 fucking years later, except the only thing I can think of why they're doing that is so they can do, what is it, an anthropo? I don't know what the word is.
Yeah,
Basically
I don't know how to say it.
branch off the main fucking source and start doing or using the ghost fucking name in different ways. But we'll start with you, RPG. What did you think about what I just read and what the director said about him creating this new character?
As far as it being woke, I don't see any
No, not about
problem
not about it being woke, just about why they created a new character.
with the word that you used. I can't remember. It started with a no.
Onyo.
I yeah, I think of the word rape. Kind of like what you see in Witcher 3. Like, people that have been, especially women that have been wronged in the past, and they're kind of like haunted spirits.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I view that word that you're describing. So it's not really a ghost, it's not really a phantom, it's not really a spirit. It is a wraith. It is a spirit that's been wronged in the female presence.
Yeah.
That's how I view her. So I think that that is an appropriate use of that word that they are using to describe her. With them kind of like bouncing around with like, oh well, why did we choose this story over continuing Jin's story? I think they will go if this game does do good and this IP does do good. I think they will eventually revisit Jin's story somewhere down the track. But I do think that they wanted to kind of separate and step out and try to see if they could go down a different path and kind of like leave Jin behind
So
and
let me stop
let
you there
him
real
sit.
quick, because this is the first successful IP that's
Anthology,
getting
that's the name. Anthology.
Anthology. Thank you, Henry. This is the first PlayStation IP in recent memory that PlayStation making a sequel says, fuck the main character. We're going to do somebody completely fucking new. This is the first fucking time this is happening. So when you say they might, and look, another thing too about success in games, it's a false, how do you say that word? False,
False
man,
equivalency.
false equivalency. Because what, and not saying RPG said this, but what people are saying is, well, if Ghost 2 is successful, right? Like Ghost 1 was successful in its own right, then that gives them the freedom to do this. Well, that's completely fucking bullshit, because Ghost became successful with what it was. Now, Ghost 2, hence why they took the fucking Ghost name. Why didn't they create something else original from their own damn self? Like you could have created a new IP, but they chose not to because they want to take the success of Ghost of Tsushima to launch this new fucking character and this new fucking, I'm gonna call it's a new IP. It's not Ghost of Tsushima. If this game does well, it just gives them another fucking reason to branch off and to do something else. When the fuck does it stop? And when do we get more of what we fucking want? And I'm not saying fucking take Jin Sakai and drag it through the fucking mud and make 100 fucking games from him. But let's be real. Sony has been doing minimum of 2 IPs with their success, or 2 games with their successful IPs, when they're aiming for 3 games or more. God of War, more than 3 games. Uncharted, more than 3 fucking games. Fucking Ratchet and Clank, more than 3 fucking games. Like, come on, what's happening here? Henry, what do you think? Or we already heard from you. Nelson, what do you think about that art? Or I didn't actually. Here, let's go to Nelson and we'll go to Henry. What do you think about that
Jin was
article
a
that I
male.
just
Jin
read?
had to go. I don't
Yes.
think they want a male character.
I mean, yes. But do you think that their reason is fucking valid, or do you agree with me that they're just using the Ghost IP because it was successful and they don't have the balls to create their own IP with a female character?
Yeah, they pretty much, yeah.
And the other thing too is, out of all the fucking female actresses out there, they chose the wokest out of them all. So what is the fucking signaling here? Henry, what do you think about the article that I just read?
I think what he was saying was fucking bullshit
Yeah.
about how you don't view a feat. What you mean? You had what in Ghost of Tsushima? What was the name?
Oh man,
Lady
she's a
Mazuka,
beast,
whatever.
Lady
And
Masako.
she was on a whole vengeance tour. So what the fuck you talking about?
Yep,
You wouldn't look at a lady or a woman as being vengeful. That's
dude.
cap.
Lady
They just wanted to
Masako
put
is
it,
such a beast, bro.
talk about it, bro. They just
Man.
wanted
And she
a
was
female
feminine.
lead,
She was strong. She
bro.
was smart. She was about
That's exactly what they're
family.
trying to get away from.
Fucking, she was
Come on now,
beautiful
bro.
for her age. Like,
Come on
whenever
now,
Lady
bro.
Masako spoke, I shut the fuck up and I paid attention. I'm like, she's gonna teach me some shit. You know what I mean? I'm
It's
sorry to
it's
cut you
it's,
off. I just
it's
got geeked.
nah, you cool, bro. It's like that was a whole article full of bullshit, man. Like you just wanted a chick, so that's all you had to say, instead of coming up with all this extra shit around it, and which I kind of figured that they would introduce a a female player, a female character you can play as, where you can kind of switch between like Jen, and
Bro,
I thought like
they could have done
that's what I thought they were gonna do.
they could have done what's her name? Luna or Nuna? Um
Yuna.
Yuna, dude, she's a
Yeah,
beast
yeah.
too.
Come on now, bro. I don't know what the fuck they got going on
Ah,
over there,
bro,
bro. I
they're
really don't.
we have to call it as is, bro. Sucker Punch is on that woke shit. They trying to do what these other games have been doing, and it makes total sense because they started making this game in 2020. You know what I mean? And in
That shit's
2020,
popping in.
that shit was fucking popping. So it's gonna be up to, but look, I'm gonna play the game. I'm gonna buy the game. Except it won't be day one. If I can get a pre-owned copy day one, like I did with Asgard or not Asgard, Dragon Age Veilguard and
Velgar, yeah.
C Fresh doesn't say he doesn't get an argument. C Fresh, you're not getting our argument because you don't want to see our argument. But we gave you plenty of examples of why this shit is fucking woke. They chose a woke fucking actress to do the voice acting. They're doing a simple fucking revenge story off the Ghost IP when they could have created a whole other IP because it is a
Like I
revenge
said, they could
story.
have called it Wolf of Yote. It could have been a spinoff or something
Yes,
that
Wolf of
she was
Yote.
referred to as a wolf, and they've made all these things about the hunt. Now they could have called it that, and it
We're
would have
com-
been
Well,
smooth.
I mean, that's like me with Assassin's Creed, with Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and Shadows. Those aren't really true blue Assassin's Creed games, as far as when it comes down to the lore.
Hold on, let me answer C Fresh real quick because he's our one that's here basically. No, they didn't create a whole character to be woke. They're going with the woke fucking trend. There's a fucking difference. They're not creating this game just to be woke. They're being woke because that's what was popping in 2020. I just explained to you how when we're comparing trailers, story trailers for Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yote. In Ghost of Tsushima, you have political problems, you have family problems, you have fucking cultural problems, you had fucking all sorts of fucking dilemmas that were dramas that were part of the story. And Ghost of Yote is literally just a fucking revenge story. So how are you gonna downgrade the story like that for a simple fucking revenge story? Yes, Ghost of Tsushima did have revenge in it as well, but they made it much more than that. And why the fuck are you fast forwarding it 300 fucking years? And this argument is more towards the people that are saying that Ghost of Tsushima, the story ended. There is no more story. How the fuck did it end when the fucking emperor is looking for Jin? When the Mongols are hunting Jin? When the people of Tsushima are looking for Jin? If you let your uncle live, he's looking for you too. If you didn't let him live, his fucking family's looking for you. Fuck you mean the story's fucking over? Wake the fuck up. It's because of opinions like that that fucking Sucker Punch is out here creating this fucking bitch 300 years later with the name of Ghost. Get the fuck out of here. You trying to tell me you don't see it? You don't see it because you don't want to fucking see it. RPG, what were you saying? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh, I don't really. Well, actually, yeah, I do remember. I see, like with the. I'll bring it back to the Assassin's Creed. With
Hold up, I
Assassin's
think
Creed
Assassin's Creed is C Fresh favorite game too. I think he loves
yeah,
Assassin's Creed actually.
Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and Shadows. I don't view those as true blue Assassin's Creed games.
No, they're not. It
They
wasn't until like
don't
the
really have.
30-hour mark where I saw something about the Templars and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Assassins.
They could have made that. They could have named that a different IP, and I think that they would have been successful. Maybe not as successful, but I think they would have been successful. But they drew off the Assassin's Creed name because they knew the Assassin's Creed name was
Itself.
popping and it was hot.
Hmm. Look,
It's
it's an
kind of
action adventure game. Those games are always
like
going to
that
do pretty decent. You know what I mean? If you got the money
one
behind it,
game, Phoenix Rising.
that was a good
That
game.
Yeah,
game was fucking
Immortus Phoenix.
awesome, and it did it all on its own. And I think that's something like Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, and Shadows could have
Yeah, but
done
that game wasn't
on their own.
successful. It was a failure for Ubisoft.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I,
Same thing
I, I
with Prince
can't
of Persia. Prince of Persia was good, but it was a failure.
I can't argue that it was a financial success or a failure, but it was good. But I think that's something that Odyssey and all those games here in the last 10 years, they could have branched off and they could have done their own thing. But they were just simply robbing off of the Assassin's Creed IP name itself.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's move on from Ghost of Yote. C Fresh, that's the whole point of this podcast, bro. Is so we can all say opinions, yell them, scream them, fucking get pissed in the moment, get happy in the moment, and then move on, bro. It's nothing personal, dude. I like Henry loves it, and I'm here for Henry. Henry will fucking laugh in my face while I'm pissed the fuck off, fucking yelling and screaming. Last thing I want to talk about is, well, it's gonna be RoboCop. There's a sequel coming, which I'm excited for. But also,
It's not a sequel, it's a DLC, isn't it?
no, it's a follow up to the first game.
DLC. The DLC.
I'm sorry, a follow up to the story of the first game. Um, and RoboCop is just one of many games that we have coming out in the first half of the year. And back in February, Nelson said that February was too stacked. I said it wasn't. April is too stacked. May is going to be even more stacked. June is starting to get stacked. But we all know what's coming out. Two-part question. From now till June, what 3 games are you guys looking forward to the most? And then the second part to this question is, what game do you hope to see in the second half of 2025 that hasn't been given a date yet? We'll start with you, Nelson.
What month?
From here till June.
From here till June. From here till June, any 2 or 3 games that you
Last
are
Soul
looking-
aside, and I want to play as Jubei again.
Yeah, we know you're a Sony pony.
Hey, I've been waiting for that game since before Xbox had studios.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that game. Well, I kind of knew about it, but I
I've
didn't
known about
really.
it since like 2018.
So that one and what else?
That's all I'm gonna have time for. We playing Expedition.
Which one?
That cop game too. What is it called?
The Precinct. That
Precinct.
comes out May.
Precinct. I might get that too.
I already got that puppy pre-ordered. Yeah, and the
And
Midnight Walk.
I'm gonna get Onimusha too though. But I
Well,
don't know. I ain't got that much free time ever,
that's after Onimusha 2 is
and I'm
August.
slow.
That's in August. El Nini, Silent Hill F. I'm also looking forward to that, but that's not towards the end of the year.
Oh, this motherfucker.
And what games are you been looking forward to that there's no date for yet? Is there anything that you're kind of looking forward to that has no date yet? Nelson?
That doesn't have a date. Mafia.
Mafia. That's the one for you that you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
All right. Henry, what couple games are you looking forward to from here to June? And then after June, what game are you looking forward to that has no date?
From here to June, Blades of Fire. What's that? Deliver at all costs.
Deliver
That
at all
game.
costs. Yeah.
Yep, that bitch. And it's one more. It's hella soon. Hold on, hold on 1 second. Well, I'm gonna just rock with those two as far as because I have to look up the other one. But then after that, one I would be looking forward to that don't have a date yet is I'd like to see fucking
Oh, I missed that last one.
what's that fucking game that Haven Studio is supposed to be? Fair Games.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. What about you?
RP Jizzle.
Oh, hey, I would say from here to June, my main look is gonna be for Doom: The Dark Ages. That's gonna be my big one between here and June. After June, I'm gonna have to say it's gonna have to be GTA 6.
I
That's
still don't
gonna
think that
be
bitch dropping this year, bro.
It could not. And if it moves to next year, it moves to next year. There's plenty of shit to play between here and next year. But
That's fact.
as far as being hopeful that it drops this year, that's what I'm looking at this fall, this winter area is GTA 6 and June. From here till June, yeah, it's gonna be definitely Doom: The Dark Ages. I'm hoping to knock out 33 and uh, hopefully Oblivion, but I think I'm gonna probably be pretty tied up into the DLC of V Rising that's gonna drop at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Jeez,
So
you got the time.
I got the time. Dude, I've been following them on Twitter. They've been putting shit out on the daily.
I don't blame you, man. When I'm excited for a game, I do the same thing. I try to look at the time
They
I can play it, all that.
I know where the points on the map are gonna be, the weapons, the
Oh, he been
castle
researching,
decorations.
boys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be. I'm not gonna be touchable tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, I've already been spoken for.
What about
Yeah.
Expedition 33? You're not gonna play that?
Oh no, like I said, I've already been spoken for. She's already told me when I come home,
Sheesh.
we're booting up the PlayStations. That's all we're playing tomorrow.
Alrighty. Well, for me, the games that I'm really looking forward to from now till June, the first one is Mind's Eye. That is my most anticipated game from here till June, man. I just miss the days where we get a first-person shooter or third-person shooter, narrative-driven game. Earlier today on our Discord, we went over
Oh no, he's growing flowers.
a list of games that are first person or that are just shooters in general, and that list is mighty short. So Mind's Eye,
Mm-hmm.
number one for me. I'm also looking forward to Blades of Fire, like Henry. I have the Precinct pre-order, and what was the other one? The delivery one. Um,
Deliver at all costs.
Deliver at all costs. And another little bonus one that I'm actually looking forward to is Revenge of the Savage Planet 2. I'm actually looking forward to that one, but not until I see more of that game because the last showing of that game looked like it still needed a lot of work, and that was just recent with the Xbox showcase. As,
No.
as far as games that I want in the future past June, I agree with Fresh and El Nini. Silent Hill is up there, man. I love them fucking horror games, not because they're horror, but because the stories in those games are pretty legit. Another game that I'm really looking forward to, there's no date. It's Crimson Desert. Like where the
Ooh,
hell is that date? Where's the date for
Yeah.
that one? You know, that shit looks fucking dope as fuck. There's another one
oh,
where the
another
wind.
one. Another one is gonna be Arc Raiders.
Oh
Uh, I don't
yeah.
even know what Arc
Arc
Raiders is.
Arc Raiders is an extraction game.
It's gonna
Fuck
be
that.
third
Third
person
person
shooter.
Y'all can
extraction
have
game.
that. Y'all can have that. I already got Marathon that I'm looking forward to in September, and that's it. Y'all can keep
He
that
said that's
shit.
enough. He said
Oh
that's enough multiplayer, bro. He
Yeah,
don't got
fuck.
one other
yeah,
Oh, you
shot
know
play.
which one I'm down for multiplayer? FBC from the
oh
Alan
yeah,
Wake people.
and
I'm
that
ready
shit's
for
gonna
that.
be on
Oh
PS
yeah,
Plus.
Yeah,
That's in
yeah,
June
that's
too.
in
Yeah,
June.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm actually thinking about taking cause Mind's Eye comes out June 10th. I gotta see when
Yep.
that other game comes out, the FBC. I hope it comes out about the same time, because if it does, I'll just take that whole week off and fucking play. Oh, that's June 17th for FBC Firebreak. Okay, so about a week apart. And then the other game that I'm looking forward to, man, that I haven't heard much, I don't think will be released this year for sure, but I would like to see and hear more. Um, it is Turok Origins. That one is co-op. It's got a single player story. It looked crisp and clean. Like I'm ready to hear more about that. Of course, I haven't made up my
Ooh,
mind if I want to buy it yet because we don't know much, but just on what we know has definitely piqued my interest.
I am
oh,
Turok.
And then,
another one is gonna be Painkiller is going to have a co-op campaign with it as well.
oh yeah,
Yeah, I'm
Painkiller.
definitely getting
Yep,
that over Doom.
yep. Painkiller's another one. I'm just gonna get
Oh
both,
shit.
Painkiller and
Y'all
Doom.
put me on.
Doom will be day one. And then last but not least for me, MVP, Gotti of the Year, fucking number one in every fucking
Cat
list.
Quest 4.
Power Wash Simulator 2, my guy.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Now you can dual wield power washers? What?
Oh my
What?
god.
You can build your fucking home base? What? That's the one thing that game was lacking. You made all this money, but all you can invest is power washers, tips, gloves, uniforms. Like now you can actually invest in your fucking home base. I'm excited for that. But yeah, man, GTA 6, I ain't gonna lie, I'm excited for it too, man. I love Vice City is my favorite GTA ever, probably because it's my first GTA ever.
Nice. I
So
fuck with Vice City too.
I'm excited to go
That's
back
the
to.
You know what my favorite GTA is? Scarface.
That's not a GTA, bro.
The same shit.
No, it's
It was
not.
dope though. Scarface was dope.
Oh, they had that game Scarface. Yeah, I never played it. Y'all ever play The Godfather?
Nah, I never played
No,
that.
Yeah, I never played that either. But there
no,
y'all.
Scarface is literally GTA, but Scarface.
Yeah,
Dead ass. It's
it was tight.
yeah.
I never played a
I
Mafia
like
game.
gambling on the ship. I
You
always
never, wait, what you say?
rode
You
up to
never
that
played
one
a
ship.
Mafia game?
Nope.
Bro,
Oh
you gotta
my
play
god.
fucking Mafia 1, 2,
Stop
and
playing with
3,
you.
bro. Those are
No,
fire.
never played any of the Mafias.
Bro, you need to play the
Those are fucking
Definitive
phenomenal.
Edition. Those are really good. You
Three's a
see
little janky, but it's got a good story and shit.
they all got good stories, man. I don't know, and they did the remastered ones. Remember the driving when you got to drive in the racetrack? Bro, that was a pain in the fucking ass. That was jank. I forget if that was Mafia 1 or 2, but fuck, that was a fucking pain. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all we got for tonight, man. We've been going strong for 2 fucking hours. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for the support. Um,
Hell yeah. 500. Road to
yeah,
600.
road to 600. Yeah, we're 53. Let's see here. What does it say? Yeah, we're 56 subscribers away from 600.
How
So
long do you
that's
gotta
pretty
wait
cool.
before people can drop super chats?
You gotta get monetized and not say the word fuck in the first 3 minutes.
No, we just can't say fag. We can
We'll
say
just
fuck all we want. You just
Well,
Well, yeah,
monetize.
I heard it is the first 3 minutes, so we'll just have it death silent for the first 3 minutes. That'll be the intro.
that'll be the intro. No, I don't know. There's the application you have to fill out. And then it says it can take up to a month. So we'll see whenever
Damn.
that fucking happens. But yeah, I submitted it yesterday, I think it was. But we'll
They'll
see.
probably get back to you quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have people to ask.
Bitch, give me my 52 cents.
have people to ask for what?
That whole process.
I mean, no, it's all done. It's easy. You just email and address. Literally, that's it. Just your email
Social
address.
security card,
Nope,
passport,
none of that.
anal swab.
Maybe for you, or maybe they tricked you. I know Nintendo asked for that, and Nelson gives it up willingly. Like that's all you
Yeah.
need. You don't
And
want me
he
to
gave him
fucking.
$80 for that anal swab.
Oh, dude, bro, Nelson gave him $100 for the fucking alarm clock. Ain't even
Like,
Sure
digital.
did.
So
Oh,
he's
like
thanks
willing.
for
call
reminding me. I gotta download those new songs.
me
Oh
New
my
Poppy.
God,
songs.
yeah, for his alarm clock, Mario Remix Volume 3. So instead of Mario saying woohoo, he says woohoo, and Nintendo charges you $17 for that.
You got fucking Donkey Kong breathing in his
Oh, it's
ear in
not
the
free?
mornings.
The songs ain't free?
Oh, I don't know if it's free or not, but it's Nintendo,
Nothing.
bro. When the fuck has Nintendo give
Nothing's
you something for free?
free. Yeah, there's nothing free when it comes to Nintendo besides the ass fucking.
And even then, you got to pay them for that, and a lot of people do.
Hmm
And they say
Well,
thank you.
they send you a screen save on your birthday.
Yeah, so you can look at them every time you're about to spend money and say fucking thank you for the gift of allowing me to fucking spend money with you. Jeez, fucking
Thanks for
Nintendo.
being our hole.
Yeah, no, him and Warwana fucking love Nintendo. They can't wait to give him fucking $80. Um, hey, that's okay. We all gotta love somebody. But there y'all have it, man. Thanks
That's
so much for
facts.
being here. RPG, let the people know where they can find you if you want to be found.
I don't want to be found. You can find me on Twitter and you can find me here every Tuesday evening at, what is it, 6 o'clock?
Yep.
And sometimes on Sunday.
Sometimes
Sometimes
on
on
Sunday
Sunday.
when Will starts bitching and whining enough and he
He's
gets
good
me
at that,
on
ain't
here.
he?
Yeah, he's an expert bitcher and whiner.
I literally asked RPG. He said no because he's gonna fucking eat dinner at midnight, and I said okay. Literally, that's it.
Yeah, go back about 2 hours ago and hear about all his bitching and whining, and you'll find out the real truth.
Alrighty. Henry Heck, your boy, the boy Henry Heck. Henry,
Yes,
where can the
sir.
people find you?
On it's just
Oh
Henry.
no.
I mean Henry Heck. I'm tripping. It's just Henry on X. Henry Heck on YouTube. Sometimes on a Sunday you can catch me
Oh,
on here with
here
these
we go.
fellas. And
Yep,
inside the Weird Tripping Every JP
that's a
Discord.
fact. Go subscribe to Henry's channel. I'm gonna have the links to RPG Henry and Nelson's YouTube channel. For RPG, it's just Twitter, or no, RPG's got YouTube. I forget about that.
Yeah, he don't stream no more.
Yeah, his
No, I mean real gamers are the only ones that stream.
Yep, that's a fact. You're not a real gamer. You're not streaming. Even Nelson streams, and Nelson
Yeah, I don't
probably
stream. I don't make
Nelson got
videos.
a copyright strike.
the. Oh yeah,
Nelson got a copyright strike.
Yeah, I
yeah.
did.
I thought that was Will.
No, not
Nah,
me.
that was me.
I did get a
Oh,
copyright strike for Last of Us
All I
Part
did
Two
was
because it was
drive
too violent.
cars, man. I didn't do shit.
you
Yeah,
you threw up that Gran Turismo signal, huh?
yeah. It's
All it
probably
was I think it was either the Ghostbusters car or the PlayStation car, because that's all I drove,
damn
or the Red
PlayStation.
Bull car. I guess Red Bull got one of those three. Got pissy about it.
And the
Yeah, you
thing
don't
is,
have that
they
problem
don't
with
tell
Forza.
you. They don't tell you who copy strike you. They just said that a person, something belongs to them. So
Yeah,
anybody can copy strike anything technically.
it's that fucking AI shit.
It's bullshit. And then I got copy strike for live streaming for a live stream of The Last of Us Part Two because I forget what it was. They said it
The
well not copy
music.
strike, but no, it was too violent or something. It had to be
Nah.
rated fucking or 18 and over or some shit. I'm like, but I already have 18 and over. Like technically, you're not even supposed to watch my YouTube videos unless you're 18 and up, unless you're
Yeah, so
signed
get
in.
out.
So it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But
That's
either
on
way,
you.
yeah. And then last but not least, we have co-host of the State of Gaming podcast, Mr. Nelson Gaming Culture. Nelson, go ahead.
Nelson Gaming 12, pretty much everywhere. So
Pretty much everywhere. I will have his YouTube linked on here as well as Henry and RPG. Go ahead and subscribe to their channel, y'all. Henry
oh,
posts
there's optional
videos.
bosses in this. I skipped that trumpeter motherfucker. He kicked my ass.
Henry posts
I
videos
skipped his
almost
ass.
daily. Does all sorts of videos. RPG does more streaming when he does stream, so check him out. And Nelson just puts fucking random videos called fucking N4782678845. So go check those videos out too. But there y'all have it, man. Thanks so much for being here. We'll catch you next week Sunday. Otherwise, come stop by on Tuesday and hang out with me in RPG 88. What are we playing on Tuesday RPG? And don't say V
I
Rising.
I don't fucking know. No, we're not playing V Rising. You're not allowed anymore.
I wish we could have played fucking Days Gone
Before we
and
leave, can we talk about how insane Xbox is and that they're trying to sell games on other platforms? So they decide to take their three biggest games in the last 5 years and put them all in the same week.
I mean
Hey
if you
man.
want to, but Xbox are losers,
I
so
just wanted to point that out. In
yeah,
7 days, they put their three biggest games out well, at least that they
sucks.
published
Hey,
this
Everything,
you got
entire
Want their
generation,
money.
all in 7 days.
you got to pay that bill somehow.
every decision Xbox has made over the last
It never
two
makes any
console
damn sense.
generations are fucking terrible. This generation, they should have just waited 2 more years before they went third party. And right now, at this very moment, you would have had people going to the fucking store to buy Xboxes to play Indiana Jones, to play Doom, to play Oblivion, to play all these fucking games. But
Yeah,
That's
if
a
I didn't have
fact.
an Xbox back in 2020, like an Xbox Series X, and they would have put out this cadence that they did this year alone since January
Yeah, but they need more than a
2025.
couple million people. When you buy publishers, I mean, you're buying them at the value they are to the entire
yeah, but
industry. That's the problems.
Daddy
Yeah,
Microsoft was paying the bills for the
Yeah,
last
but they tired of
15
losing
fucking
fucking
years.
money too.
Yeah, but
yeah.
two
Well,
more years. 2 more years. That's all they had to fucking wait.
Daddy
They've been losing
Microsoft
money
ain't
for
paying
20.
those bills no more.
Yeah, if you're losing money for 20, what's 2 more fucking years? Now, yeah,
Fucking
they're not
Sony's
gonna.
paying that
Well,
money
now
now.
they owe, not to mention what they've already lost, they owe $80 billion. They ain't never going to make that shit back,
And
ever.
on top of that, they if we were just waited 2 more years, then they could have fucking done 1 year exclusives, and then fucking
If,
dropped the shit
if
everywhere
PlayStation took
else.
out a loan for $80 billion, it'd take them my great grandson's lifetime
It
to
would take
fucking pay
them
that shit
80
back.
years to pay that shit back.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, look, man, Xbox just sucks ass. That's why I don't even talk about them because it's like a fucking jock bullying a fucking retard. Like it's just not fun, dude. They suck. They're losers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Game Pass is the only thing they got going for them. They got 34 million subscribers out of it, which they're getting. The majority of subscribers are paying 15, 20 bucks a month, and that's how they're keeping up. But besides
They're
that,
not even paying 15, 20. They're PC, and a lot of them are just
oh
11
yeah,
of those are
PC
just
Ultimate
people
is
with
fucking
gold.
10.
Those are just people games with gold.
Fucking PC gamers are the ones paying. They get PC Ultimate for fucking $12 a month, while Console Ultimate's got to pay fucking 19.99. Uh, but there is no discussion where we're about to leave, and Nelson wants to bring fucking Xbox in like they're fucking relevant. Like, whenever I see a post about how
I just think
Xbox
it's crazy
sucks,
because you bought all this shit and you're
no,
trying
it's
to.
not crazy because we've seen this. Whenever I see a post about Xbox on social
It's
media,
dumb.
I just roll my fucking eyes. Like, we're still talking about this? Like, for real. Like, Xbox is irrelevant. The only thing that's relevant about them is the games that are coming out. And eventually, they're going to blow their load, and then we're going to be right back to them releasing fucking one game every 2 fucking years. Unless they can keep that cadence going. But,
No, they got a lot of publishers.
okay, my bad, word. Yes. So for PC Game Pass, it's 12 bucks. Yes, yes, you're right. Ultimate is for all three. But yeah, man, I mean, look, the only thing Xbox really has going on, especially right now, if you're a Game Pass subscriber, it's an awesome deal. You have been getting some crazy games. Expedition 33, fucking Oblivion, you're getting Doom next month, you're getting the Call of Duties. Like, that's a really good value for an Xbox gamer. Only problem is, there ain't that many Xbox gamers. But once again, after they blow their load and they come out with their games, then what? Let's see what happens after this hot season they're in right now. Are they going to continue? Maybe we'll talk about them in relevance in the future, but right now they're completely fucking irrelevant. Anything else you want to say about Xbox, bro? No?
Oh, he's done. He's
No.
done.
Alrighty. Well, thank y'all so much for being here, man. And we'll catch you in the next one. Keep it gaming.
Peace.